And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of Automation, the Car Company Tycoon game. Okay, how are we doing today? Good, good, good? Good, 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 good. Alright, so let's take a new car now, shall we? Yeah, new car. Let's say 1991. And we're going to base this off the Vine. We're going to use a new trim line. If my game doesn't crash repetitively trying to do this. Okay, hold on. New car trim. Interesting. Yeah, alright, well that's new. Oh, there we go. We got something more. Okay. Oh, we're still crashing apparently. Okay, we're gonna have to try this again. Sandbox. Vine. Delete. Eco. Revise. Apparently not. Okay, so we're creating a new model then. Alright. New car. Yeah. Alright, remember guys, this is alpha, so not to be surprised there are a couple issues running around in here. Alright, so we're going back to a hatchback body style. We want the small one. Where's the small one? That's the small one we had. Okay, car model 1. This one is going to be... What should we call this? The Dart. Alright, so let's change up our styling a little bit then. We want it to be similar but different. Alright, so we're going to make it a little longer in the nose. But still kind of flat there, alright? And then we're going to shorten that down. Pull that. Alright, so you have a flat back or we have a slope back. Let's do that with the slope back there. We'll pull that out a little bit. Actually, we'll compress that back in. Okay, then let's be silly, alright? Let's be silly indeed. Not quite that silly. But we're definitely going to give it a pronounced flare on its, on these things. How's that look? Good? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Ladder chassis. We're going to use corrosion-resistant steel for the material of the frame. And we're going to go with a front transverse. Alright, so this is going to be a sports car. So we're going double wishbone. Let's see. Compactness low and low. Okay. So yeah, let's do a multi-link rear. And then let's do a polymer body. Alright. Bump up the quality a little bit. Okay, now for this, we're going to go with a similar headlight design. I'm going to shrink them a little bit. I just want to get them to fit in. We're going to make this... Hold on, let's go back a little bit. We don't need to quite want to make it look like it's, you know, a dual wheelie. Okay, so then... That should be good. Alright. We're going to have a universal taillight system as well. So let's go... like this. And then we're going to go with... that. And we're actually going to do that again above them. Yeah, okay, that's looking like a bug. then we'll leave these here. But let's pull them in just a little bit. There we go. Almost kind of looking like 50s retro styling a little bit, huh? Alright, and then let's go for quad exhausts on this baby. We want everyone to know that this is a sports car, alright? Alright, so then we can go forward again. We're going to keep it in this red. We're going to make that a little darker, though. And we're actually going to go with an all-wheel drive for this body, alright? And this model for the car trim is going to be the Dart S, the Dart Super S, okay? So this is gonna be our first model that's gonna be no expenses spared. All right, I don't like how this doesn't match with the shape of the hood, but nah. All right. So then with the Dart Super S, we're gonna want to put a lip on. We definitely want that lip on the front. All right. And then let's see if we can get a wing on the back too. Yeah, that's not really going to work now, is it? And that ends up looking like a Star Trek runabout. Great. Alright, can we put a lip on the back? Because, you know, some cars have these. Like an aerodynamic lip on the back of the vehicle. Nah, we'll go without it. I don't think I can really get a lip on there. I mean, if I do a higher one... That looks stupid. Yeah, that definitely just looks stupid. I mean, if I could pull it back, that would be one thing. You know, if I could, like, drag it down the side or something. Or even if it had just a bit of a back end to put it on, that would be one thing. Alright, so let's go without that for now. Handles, 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 handles. We want something that looks... What about this? Yeah, okay. And then for vents, here's what we're going to do. We'll go with one of these, right? For heaven's sakes. What are you doing? Hello? Game? Game? Yes, that's perfect. Now, let me change things. Thank you. So put those there. And then we're going to put another one on the rear. Except I want to make them a bit longer. Yeah, this is looking like I want it to now. Longer. I want it to be almost a full vent down this entire side body here. Beautiful. Okay. And then on the grill front, we're going to put bonnet. I want bonnet. There we go. But I want it to look more like this. That looks a little strange, though. There we go. Let's make it just a bit wider. And a wee bit. Is that as long as we can make it? There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, so here we have the Super S. Okay, looks pretty... Oh, we forgot a badge. Badges. Now, if you notice, I actually don't have any vents up here. We'll see how much that affects us. We will see. Okay, so that's done. We're going to go move on to the engine. Alright. Now, for this, I actually want to use a version of the D... Well, let's play around a little bit, actually. Let's say, first of all, I want to use a V. Can I fit a V6 in here? It's a little long. How small do I have to go to get it to fit? Well, that's with it as transverse. Let's go back to model, alright? And then let's see... That knocks me all the way back to... Oh, I have to use a multi-link there. Okay. If I do that, and then we go back to engine design... Let's reset this quickly. There we go. And I bring the bore... How big can I get on the bore here? Alright, so let's keep this as kind of a short stroke, okay? So we're going to call this the 6V... So this would be the Echo 611, right? This is the Echo 611. Okay. I'm going to go with the DOHC. Oh, there we go. That's more of an issue. If I just go with the OHC, does that make it smaller? No, we're going DOHC then. Okay, with 4-valve... Yeah, see, we're losing space here quite rapidly. Because there just isn't enough space. So we'd end up with a 2-liter V6? No. We're switching this out to an inline 4. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Let's do this BMW style. Okay, so we're going to leave it as a 8684. Let's go up on the board just a bit more here. Okay. We can make it a 5-valve with an aluminum head, no VVL, because we haven't invented it yet. Alright, so this is actually going to be the E6... Yeah, the E611. Okay. Let's move forward. So we're going to have to go with... let's do forged steel... Let's go with that. Let's do a lightweight forged there. And then let's... No, knock this down a little bit. Bring that up a little bit. We don't have VVL or VVT. Can I even fit a turbocharger in there? Well, I can. Okay. Well, let's do this as standard for right now, because then this is going to be a... This is going to be the NAV, the naturally aspirated version. Yeah. NAFE. Alright, so it's the NAFE, and what was our literage on this thing? 3 liter. So we're doing a 3-liter inline V6 naturally aspirated. Okay. Injection... Single point EFI, we're going expensive here. We're going to go performance, and this is basically a BMW. So we're going to say that we're going to be using premium gas for this. All right. And let's up that fuel mixture just a bit, and we'll up the RPMs to 64. Let's do tubular high-flow 3-way cat with a straight through and a straight through. Okay. So actually we could do... Let's do a long tubular, maybe? I mean, we could do a race tubular. We'll do long tubular. Alright, so then we'll keep going a bit. Let's start and see if it even runs. Alright, that's going to be the fun question of the day. Will it run? It's unhappy about something. Well then, looks like we need even more RPMs on this thing. We're not even getting there yet. Alright. Okay, so we have some exhaust issues. That's fine. Let's get... yeah, there you go. Bottom end part is reaching its RPM limit. Well then. So it looks like 6400 is its max RPM speed. Okay. Well, that's actually good for me to know. Yeah, that is good to know. Okay. Yeah, alright. So that's bottom end part. What is that, the connecting rods? We could go up to I-beam steel. Hey, look at that, it likes that a lot. Okay, that's much better. Now if I go down to a low friction cast, yeah, it doesn't like that, so it really wants a lightweight forged. Okay. That's good to know. Alright, good to know, good to know, good to know. Let's come back over to here. Camera profile, let's get ourselves a bit more up towards sportiness. Here we go. That means also means we're going to have to increase our RPMs. Alright, so it's right now pushing... somewhat stupidly high RPMs. So it's redlining at about 6,800, so we're giving it a bit of overpower on that. Jeez. Let's see. How much fuel octane do I have? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I got plenty to play with here. Okay. Good to know. So in that case, let's actually... let's give ourselves some more compression. Okay, so that's gone up. And now let's do the rest of that into... some boosted emissions time, some boosted timing. Just to bring that responsiveness up a little bit. 7,000, 7,200. Okay, so we're pushing about 258 horsepower out of this engine. What happens if I go up to a full race kit? We lose a lot of reliability on it. Okay, we lose a lot of reliability if we go up to a full race kit. That's unfortunate, but that's not much we can do. Single point EFI works pretty well. Performance output works pretty well. Long race tubular, straight through. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's see how this thing sounds. It's not bad at all. Hey, it sounds like an engine. Let's also, while we're up here, and while we're mucking with this stuff, let's actually back off. Give it a bit more on the fuel mixture. Which will give me some octane to play with. And then, ooh, not that much. Alright, so that's about the top I can get up there. And then let's go back here, and let's actually kill the cam profile a little bit. There we go. So that should do it. That looks pretty good there. So we're at 181. Okay. And then what I can do, maybe a little bit more compression. Nope. So I'll come back over to here and maybe give it a bit more ignition timing. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. Oh, because it's shifting where the torque curve's sitting. Okay, so we'll leave it just like that, alright? So that should be pretty good. Alright, so now let's create a duplicate variant, which will be the TFE3L. TFE3L. Okay. Flip. Watch as the engine explodes. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this now. Compression. Bring that way down there. So that's going to push about 235. That isn't bad. That isn't bad at all, actually. Let's give us some more fuel to play with in there. And of course, it's killing our economy right now, but whatever. Okay, so then we have... Okay, so our turbine... Yeah, okay. Let's see. So what I want to do... Yeah, alright. So let's bring the compressor down a little bit. Yeah, alright. So that's what I was afraid of. But then if I bring up my max boost... Yeah, okay. So you bring the compressor back up. So that's going to push about 274 horsepower out of this thing. So if I look at this guy now, and I look at my stats on it, at the NAFE3L, 254 versus about, what was this guy? 274. Okay, so he's pushing a lot more power out of this thing. Well, we're pushing out about another 20 horsepower out. The problem is going to be, and this is what I was kind of afraid of here, let's actually reduce our cam rating a little bit. Yeah, well, that's not going to help too much now, is it? If I boost that, no, I don't have enough space to boost that up. If I kick ignition timing up and I drop cam profile down, or I kick it back up a little bit. Okay, so now we're looking at about... Okay, so... Yeah, alright. I think that's about as close as we're going to get, to be honest with you. We're fine through there. Short cast with 2.5 inch. Straight through, straight through, straight through. What else can I do to this thing? Oh, right. Intercooler issues. Ooh. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Look at that. That actually gets us a lot more power, too. And a lot more octane to play with. So we're looking at 17 pounds of boost coming out of this thing. And in turn, we can actually probably give us some more compression, too. Oops. Kick that down a little bit. And that means I can give myself some bit more emission timing. Just a bit. Okay, so we're almost pushing 300 horsepower now. That's pretty incredible, to be honest with you guys. Let's look at the full engine. It's complicated. That's for certain. It's complicated, all right. Okay, so let's start taking a look at this, shall we? Let's duplicate this to the Super S Turbo. Because I want to do a side-by-side for you guys. Yes, 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 this is going to be somewhat of a long video. Super ST. Oh, okay. Here we go. So for the Super ST, we're doing manual, single clutch, 5-gear ratio with 174 miles an hour top speed. Bit of overpower there. We're going to go with drivability, sportiness. Yeah, we'll do a geared LSD. Sportiness. Actually, we'll do a viscous. We'll keep that the same. We'll increase the quality a little bit. Sports compound roads. Both sides with 255s. Alloy rims. Nothing overly fancy here. Alright, let's do vented, single, vented, single. We're going to go up to race 83, and I think race 83. Bit of quality. We'll do fully clad. Give it a little bit of downforce there. Okay, so it's saying cooling airflow. Yeah, alright, so we're going to have to go back to model. And then add-on parts. Then grills. And we'll put in this grill. I don't like that grill. I like this grill. Much better. Okay. We can go back to trim now. Coolant airflow, we need 167. We'll get a little bit more than it theoretically requires. 4-seat, sport, standard, power steering, ABS. Let's give it traction control. Advanced safety standards because, well, we want sportiness, average, air, yeah. Adaptive, passive, sport rig the suspension. Okay, test track detail stats. So it's doing 2:30. Alright, so let's take a look at the Super S. Remember that, guys. 2:30. Okay, we just want to add this on the front. Let's take a look at the trim. We have to do the same thing. Manual, single clutch, 5-speed ratio with a top speed of 149. Let's go geared LSD. We went viscous. Sports compound. .255s all around. Alloy, check. Vented single piston, 89 race, right? Or 88, let's say. Vented single piston, 87 race. Good. Fully clad, 50 on the downforce. Let's go a little bit, back that off a little bit. Alright, cooling, brake airflow max, please. Cooling airflow requires 123, so let's say 140. 4-seat, sport, standard, 1, 2, 3, don't kill yourselves. Advanced 90s, let's bring quality up on that. Air, adaptive, passive, sport. Track stats, please. .235. Okay. So there's almost no difference between the Super S and the Super ST on that track. But if you saw the amount of red that showed up there when I finished this, we have a lot of work to do on this. All right. We have some wheel spin going on, so let's see if we can fix that with some power distribution. Alright, we need more weight in the... We need more power to the rear then. Or apparently we don't necessarily need more power to the rear. Alright, so that's about a 44-56 ratio. Looks pretty good there. Wheel spin. How else do I fix wheel spin? I mean, we don't want everyone to kill themselves driving this thing. We also want them to spin out at stoplights either. It's like, okay, let's go. 6 hours later. Well, we're still spinning our wheels back here, Bob. Alright, 8.2 is, we'll have to fix it some other way then. Tire width is about as big as we can get. I can't go any bigger on my rears. Actually, I can go bigger on my fronts, though. Okay, so now we now have a wicked oversteer, but that doesn't worry me as much. What I'm more concerned about is that, which means I think we can actually, if I come back to here, shift more power to my front wheels. Yeah, we're kind of at the upper limit of what we can do. Actually, if we go back to model, come to think of it. Okay, no, we're not gonna... We're going to go back to trim. We're going to look at brakes. Brake fade. We have some brake fade issues. So we need to increase the size of our brakes a little bit. Okay, that did some interesting things. Front tires. Okay, so the rear brakes really aren't the issue. Well, they kind of are, actually. Because that's decreasing it quite handily. Let's come back here and undo this, actually. 155s. Okay. There we go. That's a nice line for oversteer right there. Remember, guys, don't kill yourself in this thing. Where were we? Brakes. We're making our rear brakes bigger. Bigger. Now, the other thing, if you notice, is our front brakes are way below the braking force of our standards. So I'm going to kick them up to 2 piston rears. And then I'm going to increase their size a little bit. And that should honestly do me a world of good here. Yeah, look at that. It's knocking off almost a percentage point with each increase. That's nice to see. We want to kind of manage this brake fade problem. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. So we have some good zero brake fade. We got that good. This thing's going to stop pretty darn quick. We can actually brake harder than our wheels can actually keep us on the road. Okay. And we're going 62 to 0 in about 32 meters. That ain't bad, guys. Okay, so what I also want to do is... higher downforce, lower values, less drag. So the front, okay, my downforce is looking pretty good. My rear is where I'm having issues, apparently. Right, because I don't have any downforce on the back end. Okay. Let's get rid of that a little bit. And let's just hone this down as much as we can. I don't think it's really having an effect on my points, to be honest with you. Like, watch this. Watch. Yeah, see? It's just the same as it always has been. We lost 1 point of drivability, alright? But we gained top speed quite a significant amount. Why are we saying coolant airflow 0? Oh. because we actually don't have any coolant on this thing whatsoever. Haha. There we go. So we're going to go up to 196 with good coolant airflow. There we go. Alright, 158.9 miles per hour. This is the turbo version? Alright, so if we have a slick undercarriage, we're at 169. $159. Well, you know what? That's still faster than anyone's going to be going. So if I cut this all the way down, right? 160.9. Really doesn't matter, does it? Heck, I can go to none. Oh, no, we want fully clad. Okay, so we're going to move forward a bit. Alright, this all looks decent. G's of acceleration, taper off. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of power. You know, I almost wonder, what happens if I put semi-slicks on this thing? Not much changes, honestly. Wheel spin gets a little better, but not by enough to actually make a difference. Okay. Oh, let's go over here now. Okay, bottom out's a little high. I don't care about that. Let's see. Uh-huh. It actually looks like for once this thing is basically fine. Yeah. Actually, for once it really looks like this is working pretty well. So, detail statistics. Let's take a look at this. Okay, sportiness. Understeer, oversteer, engine, driver assists. Why do I like the engine? It's a V6 engine, you jerks. Chassis stiffness is taking a huge bite out of that. Okay, driver height's good. Roll angle, meh. Engine sound, meh. Okay, you know what? Engine. Back to the engine. Alright. No muffler, no second muffler. Now what does it sound like? Nice. What was that? Or was that just the engine shutting down? Because I'm not seeing any error messages, so I think that was just the engine shutting down. Look at that. Look at that indeed. We can actually, now that I'm looking at it. We could really cut that down to about 5,800 RPM. And give ourselves some more exhaust diameter. Whoa, look at that. Okay, that's awesome. Woot! We just got ourselves above 300 horsepower on this thing. Give ourselves a bit more camera profile just to make sure this thing doesn't blow itself up on me. Okay, look at that, though. 56 reliable. That's actually not bad. That's better than we were. Okay, so let's look back at trim. So we're now powering this thing with another 300 with some extra horsepower. Why did I lose acceleration? Oh, because the gearbox information changed. Okay. Okay. Estimated top speed is actually 173 now. There we go. Okay. Good. And how high can I get this without there being a wheel spin issue? Okay, so you like it right about there. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that's a nice... Good. Okay. What happens if I take it up a bit? I have the sneaking suspicion there's a sweet spot somewhere in here. There we go. We still have a little bit of wheel spin there. Grip is still being a little bit strange. Yeah, it looks like my best distribution right there. That's still looking good. We're as big as we can get on those tires. Let's give ourselves a bit more quality. We just have to put really nice quality wheels on these. That's basically the sum total of it. Brake information. That looks pretty good. Alright, so let's take a look now here. Detail stats, please. We're still losing a bit on chassis stiffness, which I don't like. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. Okay, anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Automation Car Company Tycoon. I know I ran wicked long today, but I don't care. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, happy driving.